Abs are probably the most desirable muscle group. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Jacob Alava, and today's topic we're going to be talking about abs, your abdominal muscles. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. It'll help me a lot with my future videos. So, I'm here to talk about how you will be able to reveal your abs and some of the mistakes that I've done in the past. Whether or not you're male or female, this will apply to you. Before I give you the tips, I just wanted to quickly talk about my story and how I was able to get my abs, or get my abs to reveal themselves or to pop out of the show. So, to begin my story, when I was younger, back in high school, I was around 14 to 15 years old. I really wanted abs. For the main reason of getting girls. I believed at that time that if you had abs, girls would like you more, or you'd get more attention with girls, which is in some cases true. So back in high school, I used to do a lot of ab exercises on the floor, crunches, sit-ups, leg raises, all those things, which I absolutely hated. Also, I was doing these because this is what my friends would say. My friends who had abs. You know, that's what they told me to do. Sit-ups, crunches, and you're gonna get your abs. And that's what a lot of magazines and videos at the time told you to do. If you do your core training, your floor sit-ups and crunches, you will get abs. So that's what I did for the longest time. Doing that, I was able to get some of my abdominal muscles to show, but not a lot of it. Mostly the top part. And it wasn't really what I wanted. I wanted that full washboard abs type, full core. My abs at that time didn't look like the ones on TV or the ones in magazines, which I wanted. Fast forward to college, I've kind of educated myself that you need to have a significantly low body fat percent in order for your abs to show. Knowing this, I did a lot of cardio. In my head, that was the only way I would get my body fat lower. So I did tons of cardio. I did that. I did Shanti's and Sanity.
Dig deeper. Come on, get it. Get it and go. Don't give up. Get out of here. Get in here. Come on, go. Push.
I did that a lot. At the same time, I was eating very, very little. I was eating chicken breast and brown rice. Chicken breast and brown rice. That's all I was eating during that time. Basically, it was very little. So my body was getting very little nutrients and calories while I was burning around 600 to 800 calories per workout. I was able to get my abs to show a bit deeper. Again, just the top part. But I was also getting skinnier. So I kind of didn't like the way I looked at the time because I had abs. Although my other muscles suffered. With me doing so much cardio, I was burning through my muscles and my fat at the same time. So I wasn't really getting the look that I really wanted. At that time, I really wanted to look like a model, more of those Abercrombie and Fitch model types, guys with nice chests and abs. But I was mainly centered on getting abs. I was focused on getting abs because I believed at that time that that's what girls loved, and so that was my motivation to be getting abs. So I still wasn't happy with my results at that time. In 2015, this is a little bit after college, I started to learn about macronutrients and proper nutrition. So I was tracking my protein, my carb, and my fat while being in a caloric deficit. At the same time, I was lifting heavy. I was doing my compound lifts, my squats, my bench presses, and my deadlifts. And these workouts actually helped my core stabilize, right? So with doing occasional cardio, I wasn't doing as much cardio as I was doing when I was, doing a lot of that insanity. So I really focused on my nutrition, protein, carbs, and fat, and my compound lifts, and my occasional cardio. So up until this day, I still occasionally track my macros, my calories, to make sure I'm at maintenance or deficit depending on my goal, while still lifting heavy, often, regular, and doing cardio occasionally. Again, not as much as I used to do. So for me right now, that's the sustainable way on how I am able to keep my abs, or how I manage to get my abs to show. I got the best results when I really focused on my nutrition and my weightlifting. Occasionally, I was also doing direct ab training, which I'll be talking about later. The secret for me was when I started fixing my nutrition and my training, adding occasional cardio. I wasn't doing any floor exercises, sit-ups, crunches, leg raises, things that I hated. I wasn't doing any of them, and I was able to get the best results for my body. So that's my story, guys. I'm gonna talk about some tips, do's and don'ts that can help you if you are trying to get your abs to show. So, talking about abs, number one thing you should know is that everyone has abs. There's just a layer of fat covering your abs. That's why you don't see it. I've seen a lot of guys who do not train abs at all. They're at a significantly low body fat percentage wherein their abs get to show. So the secret to getting abs is really lowering your body fat percentage. You also have to factor in that the look or the quality or how your abs will look will really depend on your genetics. There are some people who have 6-pack abs, other people have 4, other people have 8. It really depends on what you were born with. So no matter how hard you train your abs, if you just have, let's say, a 4-pack, then there's no chance for you to get 6-pack abs. The look of the abs, even that V-line, will depend on your genetics. Also, when it comes to losing body fat, that's also genetic. Other people will lose fat last in their bellies. Other people will lose fat last in their lower back or legs or arms. It really depends on the person. Some people actually can get away with getting their abs to show at higher body fat percentage, and that depends on your genetics. You do not have to do crunches in order to get abs. If you absolutely hate doing crunches or sit-ups, then you don't have to do it. Another don't is to stop doing insane or excess amounts of cardio, because that won't, as I've mentioned in my story, that won't get your abs to show. It'll only make you look skinnier with less muscle, with a bit of definition, and I'm sure that's not the type of look anyone wants to go for. Number 3, don't eat too little. Your abs are just like any other muscle group in your body, and it needs food. Your abs and your other muscles need fuel or food in order for them to be developed. The main thing that you should do is to start prioritizing nutrition, because abs are built in the gym or developed in the gym but are revealed in the kitchen. Abs are built in the gym or developed in the gym but are revealed in the kitchen. Based on my story, regardless of how hard you're training, cardio, ab exercises, if that layer of fat is still there and if you're eating like crap, then you are never going to get your abs to show. Also, focus on compound lifts, your squats, your bench press, your deadlifts, your barbell exercises, because although they do not directly target your core, they help stabilize it. So, example, when you're doing a squat or a deadlift, your core is really engaged. So it makes your core stronger for you to be able to do these lifts. Now, as I've mentioned, I know of some guys, or a lot of guys actually, who do not train their abs but have great ab definition. It's because when you do these compound lifts, it makes your core stronger, it burns a lot of calories, and alongside with proper nutrition, your abs are definitely gonna show. So guys, for my ab training, I simply do 4 exercises. And the first one is the weighted ab crunch for the top abs. The abs are just like any other muscle. You have to add weights in order for them to grow. Progressive overload. Now, as my abs get used to it, they get stronger and they get bigger. When I train my abs a lot, they usually stick out. So even at higher body fat percentages, I can get my abs to show. The second ab exercise that I do is an in and out with cables on my legs. As you can see here, it really targets your lower abdominals when you have a cable attached to your legs while you are pulling it towards your body. My third ab exercise, hanging leg raises. A lot of people struggle with the lower part of the abs. My tip is to do a lot of lower ab training, which in this case I do hanging leg raises. You are actually targeting the lower abdominals. And the more you do it, the more you get better at it, the better you are at performing the exercise. And number 4, I do wipers. So this is more advanced, but this targets the entire core. If you take a look, this actually is a very difficult exercise. I don't recommend beginners do this, but it targets your obliques, your upper abs, and your lower ab. If you do these exercises while prioritizing nutrition and proper lifting, you will get your abs to show. So guys, that's the end of my video. If you found this video to be helpful, please subscribe, hit the like button, and click that notification bell. It'll help me a lot. So I just wanted to thank you guys. We've reached 500 subscribers, a little bit more than that. I just wanted to thank you all for joining me and for helping me grow this channel. Again, I want to thank you and see you in the next video.